We're gonna jump into this gameplay on the release date. Wasn't supposed to be off today, but some things happened that's out of my control. Let me set up my stream, my playlist. Alright, let's check it out. Let's look at my gameplay sliders. What that speed threshold at? I was looking at the video. Let's see.
And you want to kind of turn off the assist for catches, might be earning less X. Content creator, I just think it's easiest to like kind of keep everything above board and rock and roll with default 100. There were sliders that were released last year. If you really want content creator, meta settings, I think the only difference could be if you want that 100% gameplay authentic experience and you want to kind of turn off the assist for a heat seeker, for ball hawk, for auto flipping the play, for turning off a content creator. I just think it's easiest to like kind of keep everything above board and rock and roll with default 100. There were slot years and years, and they throw it into an extraction tree. Playing the game, slider set. They did break B threshold to 55. This could go as high. I think the final Mac 10 slider last year had it at 60. I think I personally was rocking it default at 50. So I kind of think the sweet spot right now, the middle ground, to make fast players still feel kind of fast, but not ridiculously overpowered. And, you also get potentially weigh the ability of manually upgrading players now, especially if you're in a multi-user league where, you may have to still deal with buddies, just constantly making everybody as fast as humanly possible. You can combat that a little bit by adjusting the minimal player speed threshold. Now, penalties are an area I will be the first to admit, kind of above my pay grade when it comes to slider sets. Any slider set that you use that's completely refined usually has some tweaking done to the different penalties. I don't want to say it's necessarily a myth. I trust the people that make this that say like all these different things are variable, especially when you increase and or decrease, kind of changes like the animation, stuff like that. But I don't necessarily want to put out fake news because I've never got that confirmation from developers.
Not really throwing. Able to play the game early, Michael. You can't edit the coach. Disable. Let's go here, and we're not looking. So then we added all this other stuff, man. That's what I'm saying. The slider's gonna take long. Hopefully, it doesn't take longer. I got some people I trust now. They understood the auto subs and XP auto flip defense is always going to command. That's what I'm saying. But length, position, you get to do this. So you can see so much different. That's what we're going to use slower time. We're at 10 and 20 for auto just to get through this is me. Or whatever is in the main menu, because sometimes they try to switch stuff up. So we got everything from main menu. Team that's like a other two, because if you get like ball carrier, a 2-button, you see so much. So we're gonna be.
We'll jump into it and see how it feels. See what units you're rocking with Houston. Anything different, anything new? Nah, rocking the same stuff. Alright, yeah, same unit.
This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to John O. Quinn Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we'll see, the Rebels taking on a team from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started.
That sounds good. Stay City Financial. Fans look a little better. 90 degrees, no wind.
The Cougars ready to get this thing started and open the season.
Scoreboard looks better.
On the run from inside his own 5. The Rebels offense will start this game off with the football. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need him.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock. But it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. A running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
The run from the shotgun. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. They'll put it away for the first time tonight.
They playing the actual ULA song.
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back in ready to go for the fresh possession. So Houston's offense has the ball for the first time. Every team has impact players.
There's a lot of playing actual ULA song, though.
You can make an impact.
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys...
I don't know who this running back is.
Galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again. These dudes sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Wegman. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate at the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He leaves it with his back. That is a big... They were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the outside.
This play's a little bit slower than last year. But not bad, just a little slower. More like Magic. Don't feel as arcadish.
Hand off from the gun.
The graphics are good though. And the sound much better.
All the way out to the 34-yard line. And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And the defense, got him at the 27. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
The Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Let's talk for a second about Houston. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. Now, in recent years, you saw it coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Don't like the run game at all.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Converts on 4th down, still going. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 7 over the Groupers. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Leads it with the back. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
The give to the back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's got to hurt through the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Coverage team down there to down the punt. They'll spot it just inside the 45. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's York. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Fires to the big fella. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. It's picked up. They ruined the drive with a turnover. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop it, right? Like, we made a mistake, you huddle the guys up, sudden change, be aware they might take a shot down the field, but let's grab the momentum right back.
Got his man downfield. And the tackle was made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. motion. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. They'll go to the ground. Fights off the defender. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach, watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. That's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards. Oh, they block it!
You never know how weather affects the kick, and the rain's coming down, obviously, but the field goal unit does a great job getting penetration, getting back deep in the backfield, and then blocking the kick for the big momentum shift.
Leaves it with the back. Across the 45. He's loose.
That's the best thing for the game so far.
Like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
You want to talk about building a drive around the guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can run him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball in the backfield.
Looking to throw, it's Wegman. He's going to let it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense.
Makes a grab past the marker. Got it out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Houston is moving it quickly down the field. Gives it on the option. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving to give them a first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A first down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. Back to pass. Trying to blow his way in. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead.
Top 25 team. I'll be satisfied to my roster ain't too strong.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. The give on the counter. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first. In the hurry up.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down. They're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Catch in the middle, it's Field. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Finds his tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Rebels are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. He's looking to pass. Flips it out on the screen. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. The Rebels will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Going deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. It's Wegman. He's not afraid to go deep. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 15, gets it to the 48. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. Buys a little extra time. Throwing right. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Just keep slinging it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Off the play fake. Under fire. Makes the grab. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Pocket breaking down. Going to try to get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack sack at the 47. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that they have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going to let it fly, and he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see how they handle it. Running to the left. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Turns it loose deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
And the Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31.
Good job.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out the quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. And the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there.
Not
Still
having a
been
good
short
open
of
day
the
with
first
3
down.
picks against an FCS team.
And the Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He hurls one deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Cougars. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage to get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Harvey Broussard.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Oklahoma State is ahead early in Stillwater, but that's not exactly Barry Sanders or Thurman Thomas out there. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 4 over the Groupers. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the returner will be knocked down. This drive will open from the 15. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Trying to make magic with his feet. Did the work himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at
Really
the
not playing
43-yard
well.
line.
I'm not playing
This
well.
offense hasn't found the end
Except for our team
zone
is
yet.
going against.
Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Here comes the heat.
First game, they got to get it
Knock
back.
him down back at the 45.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Beal. Strong, firm tackle.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
He'll do it himself. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive play.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for him. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Now a lot of work work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Give to the running back. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3. Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Connors. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that is run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Bring in the heat. And as he throws, another incompletion on 3rd down.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Rides the back on the option, the give. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see some of the offense talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get in any kind of rhythm. We've got to change something up here. We've got to do something different because right now it's just a sack.
Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd down, going up top. And that one's is incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. He now has 91 yards rushing, and this offense wanted to establish the ground game, and man, have they... And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative. Whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 45 on its way. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down. And the Rebels are marching down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Here's a hit. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
The name of the game is protecting your quarterback. He can't have success or complete passes on his back. Let's get the good passing game going, maybe hand the football off. But whatever we're doing, let's go the opposite direction.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter. And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looking for a man, it's Wegman. Lofts one high and deep. Touchdown, Houston! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And everybody's offense from the opening whistle. They have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Duke is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Blue Devils on the scoreboard.
And the returner is stopped. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Gets the back moving. They'll start this drive with a pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
My old coach said, don't never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll give it to the back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard, just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38? Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the Rebels get the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Beal. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
All right, game 1 in the
Waited
book.
so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.